Hi guys, I'm Chewy, and I've given you guys all this different types of advice about packing for a con, getting your fursuit ready for a con, but now it's time to actually talk about the con. Going to a con, rooming at the con, what to do at the con, how to make your first con enjoyable. So, one of the biggest things you need to address first is what con are you going to? Now, I'd always suggest for your first con that you go small. You don't start with like MFF or Anthrocon. Those are some of the biggest ones, and you're gonna get overstimulated. I mean, it's different for each person, so I'm not going to tell you don't do it, but I'd say it's a recommended good idea to try a smaller con. Go one with like 1,000 people or up to 2,000. But those are a lot easier to get adjusted to what's happening there, kind of get the flow of how a con works and kind of ease yourself into how everything's going on. Two, get some people. You're really going to want to get some friends together to room at a con. Now, you can always just kind of join a group at random if you see them posting about it on Twitter or for Affinity or wherever they're addressing it. And it's really not too much a difference, but I enjoy rooming with friends because it creates a chiller area. And the more people you can get in a room, the cheaper it is. So if you got someone who's okay with sleeping on the floor, go ahead and add that fifth person in. Because overall, everyone's going to be paying less for the room and have more to spend at the con. So, food, games, whatever you want there, it's nicer overall. Now, your room is one of the most important places at the cons, where all your valuables are stored, it's where you keep your fursuit when you're not using it, and it's where you hopefully don't have to worry about any security issues. So that's why rooming with friends is a really good idea, is because then you don't really have to worry about someone just snatching everything and running off. And I know that's a crazy thing to think about, but it's always good to be precautionary and room with people you know so that's never an issue. Now, each day I recommend the 6-2-1 rule. Now, if you've ever been thinking about going to cons, you've probably heard this rule. It's a minimum of 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, and one shower. And it's a really good rule, but if you're doing fursuiting, you kind of want to switch it around. And I call the best way to do it is the 8-3-2. So 8 hours of sleep, 3 meals a day, 2 showers at least. Because fursuiting requires a lot of energy. So much, in fact, that you're going to be burning more calories than you probably do in a week. Like you're running around, having fun, climbing, jumping, doing whatever, and you're sweating the entire time. You're in an insulated ball. So it's like doing a workout in a sauna. And you don't think how much of an effect it has on you until you get out of a suit and notice how dehydrated you are. Because you've just been sweating everything out of you and your body's working on overtime. Now, that rule is also a bit up and iffy with what you want to do. First Squared 2017, I played D&D into the night for most of the day, so I actually had like a 4-3-2, and I performed fine-ish. I took naps, took a lot of naps, and I was able to do everything really well. And that's another thing. So if you have downtime during the con, a really good idea is to take naps. Now, naps are pretty much rejuvenate yourself for a bit because you're always going to be up later than you think. No matter what, you're going to go to a rave, you're going to go to the dances, and someone's going to invite you to the room for a party or something, or you're going to hang out and talk with people, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's 3 a.m. And now you're going to wake up tomorrow being extremely tired. But if you nap, you're probably not going to be as bad off. It's still going to suck. You're still going to have to chug coffee, but things are a little better. Now, the actual con itself, I'm gonna say right away, go to the panels, go to events, go to the dances. They're all really fun and great ways to meet new people. Now, I'm pretty sure the first people I met at a con, I went to a con with like no friends. I think went to the fursuit parade in fursuit, and quite a bunch of other panels that like one of the few people I knew took me to. And I think by the end of the con, I met a lot of people. I'm gonna say like 20 or so that I still am in contact with today. I'm still pretty good friends with and see them at all different cons, and we all still hang out and talk and have parties and stuff. So just being active at conventions is a really good way to meet new people and overall make your con better. Because going to cons to meet with friends and know that your friends are there makes it so much more exciting because you have these people that you probably don't see all that often that you can talk to and hang out with. Now, I wouldn't recommend it for your first convention, but if you really are passionate about the subject you work with or something you know and you want to share it, host a panel. Panels are a great way to meet people as well that share the same interest as you. Well, besides being furry, we're all furry, so. But it's a very good, so like say you're into 3D printing. You love it, you got a machine, you love showing how it's done, and you know the perfect ways to do it, and you want to share all that stuff, get a panel for that. Kind of proves it. You host your panel, and all these people come to see you show your style, how you do it, and you get to create creative discussion and everything. And it usually creates a very positive experience that everybody enjoys. Another one is don't be afraid to take pictures of others, of like suitors and everything, and interact with people. It's a great way to meet people as well. Suitors are very, very social and active. They love talking to anybody and everybody if they are able to. So first, of course, see if they're a nonverbal suitor, but just asking them for pictures is a very good way to kind of get around, take pictures, then you can always post them, tag them, and who knows, maybe you can get a conversation going with them. So always some stuff like that to help you meet new people. That's really helpful. And the fursuiters love the attention. I'm going to be completely honest. You put a phone or a camera in front of them, they get happy. They'll do the cutest little poses ever, and you'll be laughing and they'll be smiling even though you can't see it. But cons are a very, very good way to meet people. It's one of the biggest ways to be social in fandom, besides going to meets and meeting with your locals and all that. It's pretty much the step up from that and the highest you can go. But there are times where you don't want to like just invade people's space and start talking to them, and that's usually when they themselves are in a conversation. So you see like 3 or 4 people all standing around talking to each other. Unless you really kind of know 1 or 2 of the people in that group, you don't want to just kind of barge in and introduce yourself. It seems kind of weird and creepy. So it's kind of up to your discretion, but kind of think before barging into a conversation to see if it's a okay time to talk to people. When people are alone, it's usually a lot easier. Just introduce yourself and start chatting and stuff. But be responsible, be respectful. Don't be that guy. Now, cons usually post their planners online. This is really helpful when organizing an event that you want to go to or planning how your weekend's going to go out so you can coordinate it with friends and figure out when you're actually going to be able to go out and eat. So I'd recommend looking into this. A lot of them have it set up so you can plan reminders and stuff so you're not missing any big events you want to go to. So be sure to use that to really make the best of your weekend and do the most stuff that you want to. But some of the most important advice is this is a large party. Have fun, make memories, do stuff that you'll look back on and smile. And I hope all this advice helps you when you're going to your first convention or your next one. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.